What's cracking YouTube? It's your boy though, back again with another reaction. We got another video from my guy Jimmerrange, the 2021 NBA Draft Day comparisons for the top prospects in the draft, bro. Y'all know me, I'm a NBA scout. I'm about to get a job with the Indiana Pacers because you know Larry Bird's my guy. So I know how to pick out comparisons. My comparisons be A1 100% correct. And let's see if Jimmy Ranges is too. But before we do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're 4 subs away from 265 subscribers, bro. Let's get it.
I think it's time to look at the NBA comparisons for all the top prospects in the upcoming draft. We have a ton of content coming out over the next few weeks. So if you guys want to see all that, smash that like button, smash that.
Oh yeah, we streaming on Twitch tomorrow.
34 likes
Hawks
on
game
this video.
Link in the description.
Spot on, and that's gonna be Scottie Barnes.
Oh, that's the
start
first
this
one.
off with a comparison that I really think is spot on, and that's gonna be Scottie Barnes and Draymond Green. These two are strikingly similar in so many ways. Let's start with their frame. Draymond is considered by most an undersized power forward, standing at 6'6", 6'7", but he more than makes up for that lack of height with a crazy 7'1" wingspan. Scottie Barnes just measured in at 6'7" at the combine, which was surprising considering he was listed at 6'9", but he also measured in with a crazy 7'3" wingspan. So their frame is similar, but Scottie's definitely bringing more athleticism to the table. Their strengths, though, is what makes this such a great comparison. What is Draymond best known for, and why has he been such a big part of this Warriors team despite scoring struggles throughout his career? Playmaking and defense. Having a guy that can guard the 1 through the 5.
I think Scottie Barnes has the potential to be a shooting Draymond, where he could do everything Draymond do, but he has the potential to get a consistent jump shot, a 3-point jump shot, not a mid-range, a 3-point jump shot.
Be able to take over
catch and shoot
duties alongside two of the best off-ball players in the league, Curry and Clay, was a huge reason the Warriors have had the success they had. These are the exact same strengths that have put Scottie Barnes in a position to possibly be a top 5 pick this year, despite averaging just 10 points, shooting 28% from 3 in his freshman season at Florida State. There's a lot of people that believe Barnes is a true point forward. I've seen the Magic Johnson comparison quite a lot. Well, I think that might be pushing it.
That is kind of pushing
it. An ability to take the ball up the court is going to be huge for whatever team he goes to. His versatility on the defensive end is practically built for today's game. I really think he has one of the highest floors in the whole draft. Now, there's no denying Barnes is more upset as a scorer than Draymond, which really isn't saying much. He has the ability to create for himself, and with his jump shot getting a lot of praise in pre-draft activities, as I've talked about recently, I'm really getting scared the Thunder won't be able to grab him at 6. Now, before we go further,
the Thunder most likely will be able to grab him at 6, bro. Because who was going first? Cade, Evan, Green, Suggs, Kuminga, Scottie Barnes. Obviously, unless Scottie Barnes goes to the Magic.
In this video,
I don't see that happening.
That these are more best case scenario comparisons. No one wants to see me compare someone to, I don't know, Dorian Finney-Smith. Cade Cunningham is up next, a projected #1 pick, and he's a pretty
Dodo's nice, bro.
The one I've seen over and over again is Luka Doncic. At first, I really hated it, and I thought it was like comparing Dragan Bender to Kristaps Porzingis back in 2016. But the more I thought about it, Luka is probably the best comparison you can come up with. It's far from perfect, but I don't mind it. As a freshman this season at Oklahoma State, Cunningham lit up college basketball, averaging 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, shooting 40% from 3. He came into the year as a projected #1 pick, and that didn't change whatsoever.
Damn, he stepped over him?
Of the game and play make at a 6'7" frame is rarely seen. He doesn't have jaw-dropping athleticism, but has no problem creating space. He was one of the top ISO scorers in college basketball. At the NBA level, he could be playing the point full time, or he could be slotting into the wing, but he'll most likely still be taking over most of the ball handling duties. Sounds a lot like one of the best young players in the league right now, Luka Doncic. They both have similar size. They both stuff the stat sheet. They both create for themselves without relying on their...
See, if my thing is, if Cade Cunningham gives you, if I'm the Pistons, if Cade gives me 15 to 18 and 6 and 6, what's the problem? we don't need a Luka Doncic. Like I say, give me 50% Luka. If Cade Cunningham comes out not even comes out the gate, if he even averages 15 to 18 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists a game, what's the problem? That's a W. That's a W, bro. For the Pistons, that's a
They both
W.
should have been the #1 pick. I really tried not to like this comparison, but it's solid. Like Luka Doncic, Cunningham is getting a lot of attention for his passing going into this draft, but ultimately, I think it's going to be that ISO scoring and ability to get to the line where he makes a name for himself at the NBA level. Again, I'm not saying Cade is going to be as good as Luka or put up Luka level numbers. This is just the comparison we have for today. Next up is Jalen Green, who has a couple comparisons that come up a lot. Eddie Jones, which I think is solid, but for one that's current, I like Zach LaVine.
Yeah,
as prospects going into the draft, they still are making difference.
Zach LaVine is his ceiling. That's the max because they both are athletic, both got a decent streaky jump shot, and they both are capable of lighting you up for a 30-piece. They might give you 15 to 20 a game, but one night they might have 50 or 40 or 30. That's the type of player Green is, and that's what LaVine is. Worst case scenario, Jalen Green turns into Malik Monk.
Didn't do much in his freshman season at UCLA, averaging just 9 points a game, but it was his freakish athleticism and a very solid 6'6" frame that allowed him to go inside the lottery back in 2014. Coming out of high school, I thought it was going to be a similar story with Jalen Green, especially after he decided not to go to college and go to the G League, but to my surprise, he put on a show. He averaged 18 points, shooting 56% from the field and 37% from 3. It's honestly disrespectful in my opinion. He isn't the clear #2 pick, but that's a conversation for another day. LaVine has improved every single season since getting into the NBA. He's now one of the most efficient players in the league. This year he averaged 27 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, shooting 51% from the field and 42% from 3. The two share a lot of similarities. They both have pretty much identical frames. They're both some of the most explosive athletes in the sport, and they use that to put the ball in the basket. Now, the main difference between the two is that I don't think Green will be quite the shooter that LaVine is, especially from 3. LaVine has become one of the best three-point shooters in the league, both off the catch and off the dribble. He shot 42% from this season on over 8 LaVine doesn't shoot in the mid-range often. That's something I think we're going to see Green utilize much more. Where I think Green should be much better than LaVine is on the defensive end. When looking for the best comparison for Green, it's hard to find a perfect one. I think LaVine is the closest you're going to get, bro. Next up, we've got Jalen Suggs, and there's a couple I like, but I'm going to go with Drew Holiday. Suggs stands at 6'4" with a 6'5" wingspan, so he definitely doesn't have the length of Holiday, but they share a lot of similarities. They're both strong perimeter defenders. Hard to imagine Suggs becoming the perimeter defender that Holiday is, but that's really hard to be.
Holiday was clamping up the other night.
At Gonzaga, he averaged 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists, shooting 50% from the field and 34% from 3. He has a combo guard skill set that can score at all 3 levels, but he's really a master of none on the offensive side. He's not going to be a high-volume three-point shooter, very similar to Drew Holiday. We have seen Drew spend time at both positions. Jalen Suggs didn't go into the season projected to go where he is. He jumped in the top 5 very early on, and he didn't let go. It's looking like he's most likely going to be a Raptor, and I can't think of a better addition to this team. He's going to be able to come in, be a starter, bring defense, bring playmaking, and play on and off the ball. Next up is Evan Mobley, a 7-foot center out of USC.
I got Evan Mobley's comparison. His at the max. If everything goes correctly, he develops a mid-range jump shot, and I wouldn't say he'll bring that passion that Kevin Garnett brung, but if he play hard, run the floor, and develops a decent mid-range jump shot, Kevin Garnett. Easily.
In his freshman year, averaged 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 blocks a game. Now, we really don't have a great comparison that's in the league today, but there are two that come up almost everywhere, and that's a young Pau Gasol and Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh is a good one too.
Two really come from their frame, elite coordination at their size, and touch around the basket. They share a lot of similarities in their shooting, as it's expected that Evan Mobley should be very productive in the mid-range, with the potential to expand his range as his career goes on. Where I really think he will differ is on the defensive end. Mobley doesn't have a lot of strength coming into this draft.
He's a good shot blocker,
but he can make up for some of that lack of strength with his shot blocking ability. I really like Mobley, but as I've said a lot recently, and I stand by, I really question taking a big man at the top of really any NBA draft. For this video, I wanted to focus on the top prospects, and I really think there are 6 in the top tier, and the last of that tier is going to be Jonathan Kuminga. There's a lot of players you could compare
Baby Giannis,
but I think I'm going to go with Jalen Brown, as I really think that's what you're hoping for when drafting him. Their frames are pretty much identical, 6'7", around a 7-foot wingspan. Coming out of Cal, Jalen Brown was super raw. Defensively, he looked great, and he had the frame and athleticism for him to go with the 3rd pick in 2016, despite shooting just 43% from the field and 29% from 3. He didn't have a crazy rookie season, but by his 2nd year, he was one of the top 3-and-D players in the league. Every single season since, he has improved, and he's now averaging 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists as a 40% 3-point shooter. Kuminga is very similar coming into this draft. Going into the year in the G League, there was a lot of excitement for Kuminga, and for a lot of the same reasons as Brown, but there was also a lot of excitement for his skill set off the dribble. He started off great in the G League, but throughout the season, he really struggled to consistently put the ball in the basket, shooting 39% from the field and 25% from...
That's okay. That's okay. I can see the Jalen Brown comparison. I can feel that. I can feel that comparison. But let's not forget Kuminga is supposed to be in high school right now. I don't care. I don't care that he shot 39% going against 30-year-olds, 28-year-olds that's been back and forth in the NBA. Because he's supposed to be in high school. It's like, so I don't care.
Now, to be fair, it was a sample size of just 13 games. Now, I think they're similar in a lot of ways, but as I mentioned, I would expect Kuminga to be much more active with the ball in his hands early on. But that's the end video, guys. Not all these comparisons were perfect, but I tried to find the best one possible.
No, jimmerrange, those was almost perfect. Like, literally, like, 95% perfect, bro. Like, I like those, bro. Keep that. Hey, I love those. That was a good comparison video. Clap it up. Give me a round of applause, man. That was a W fucking video, bro. Shout out to jimmerrange, but YouTube, I'm out of here. Y'all seen the comparisons? They was cold. We the most accurate NBA comparison. Like I said, I'm out of here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch y'all boys on the flip.